Bobo C Tiberius here with round 5, the final round of a Modern League with Black-White Soul Sisters. We have a keepable hand here with very go-wide focused. We would love to trade one of the Squadron Hawks for a path, but we're going to keep this and just try to get there with life gain. We are on the draw. On the play. We are on the play. Going turn 1, Sister, turn 2, Hawk, turn 3, tokens is not a bad play in any universe, so we'll go for it here. And we will pass off of that. Opponent starts with a Forest and a Sakura Tribe Scout. So we are dealing with Amulet here. Not a superb matchup. We do have to be very quick on our plays here in order to get anywhere. Unfortunately, they can use Walking Ballista really aggressively against us. And we don't have a lot of game against a 6/6. We're going to attack aggressively here, see if we can get them to block. Of course they don't. They'll Stirrings on their next play. If they don't have land, that makes that Tribe Scout not very good. Talaria West tapped. And they got a Vesuva, so we are going to play we're going to get a Godless Shrine here and play the Spectral Procession. Get all the life we just lost back, plus 3 tokens. And just try to be as aggressive as possible. They put a land card onto the battlefield. It is the green-white bounce land. To bounce the Talaria West, I imagine. Coalition Relic, add 1 mana. Remove all charge counters from it. Okay, sure. Vesuva enters as Selesnya Sanctuary, which should bounce Selesnya Sanctuary. Now bounce the other Forest. Okay. We're just going to keep going wide here and gaining life is kind of our only option. If we hit an Honor of the Pure, we're in really good shape. Always yes. So next turn, we can generate 3 more bodies. But they are poised to go off here on turn 4. One would assume. They can generate 5 mana. They have a charge counter on Coalition Relic. Just with what's on board. And Don't even need the forest to cast a Titan. Do they have the Titan, though? There's a lot of mana. For the Titan. And the ability to give it haste. And double strike. So they'll get 2 bounce lands. They didn't get the Sun Home thing to give it haste, which is a little confusing to me. I guess they don't want to lose it, potentially. We will play a Pridemate here and make it gigantic with Lingering Souls. Pridemate seems like a very good draw to match their Primeval Titan. So Pridemate will be an 8/8 here. We'll attack with everything in the air. And get our opponent down to 8. Which sets up for lethal next turn if they don't do anything to our board. But they have a ton of mana, and in theory can draw stuff. They have a prime time. We'll go get the +2/+0. The double strike. So that goes back to hand. And we block. And they put it into the battlefield. Even if they give it double strike, though, we still trade. It still trades even with double strike. And unless they can blow up our board here, we untap and kill them. Yeah, they concede. I think they misplayed that, but we will take that. We will 100% take that. Worship comes in even though they're able to wrath the board with Walking Ballista. Other than that, it gets fuzzy. Anguished Unmaking is a little slow here. It's just pretty slow. I think we just want the Worship and the Runed Halo, and we'll trade some of the big stuff for it. This hand is keepable. It's keepable. We don't love it, but we will keep it. Our opponent mulled the 6. Cavern Naming Giant? Sure. I do not plan on countering that. They do get their Amulet, which is what we would have brought the Anguished Unmaking in for, but it's just kind of slow. Lingering Souls is a perfectly fine draw. Can we hide away a Thune? We can hide away a Worship. And we will. Another Amulet. So they get 2 triggers from the Celestial Sanctuary. This is a very fast start for our opponent. But we can just next turn play Ghost Quarter and get them. Nope. They are going to go off here. And then it bounces itself, do it again, play a Titan. I mean, yeah, why the heck not? Seems great. However, comma, if we are able here to path, we can, they're down to 1 card, and unless that card is something that gets them another Titan, we're okay. This is an incredible start for them. Just a really incredible start for our opponent. The format's wonky. The format's really wonky right now. And the nerve some people have to play decks like Soul Sisters, while there are decks that can play a 10-6 haste, vigilance, trample on turn 2. Like, it's just objectively too powerful for this deck to answer, unfortunately. So much nonsense. And like, if I had brought in the Anguished Unmaking, this still happens. This still happens if I bring in the Anguished Unmaking. Yeah, we got turn 2'd there. Modern is fair and balanced and a loving, kind, benevolent overlord. Let's just run it back. Let's just run that back. There's nothing we can do if they have a hand like that. It doesn't matter how good ours is. This is fine. This is objectively fine. This is as good as it is going to get. Unfortunately. They mull to 6. We would love to draw paths here. We would love to draw Runed Halo here. We'll start with the Soul's Attendant and pass. They start with a Forest and an Ancient Stirrings. For a Simic Growth Chamber. the Suva as a forest. Interesting play, I suppose. We're going to generate just a massive Pridemate here. Let's always yes this. It's not as good as a 10-6 Vigilance, Haste, Trample, but it is a pretty aggressive start for our deck. We might be able to get there here. There's an Azusa. That's the play they want. They play 2 Celestia Sanctuaries, which seems good for them. And we'll get down a Worship here, which may just be exactly what we need. Opponent has to give us the Azusa. So they need an answer this turn. They're thinking. They play the forest. They packed for a primetime. We don't really care about primetime when we have a Worship out. Primetime is irrelevant with the Worship. They need to ballista us off of all of our creatures, which is very difficult for them to do. We'll keep generating life and tokens on the Pridemate. Put another Pridemate underneath. Might as well Runed Halo now. They have to block the Pridemate, and they'll give us the plant token to do so. So next turn, we can attack with the Spirits, cast Pridemate, cast Spectral Procession. Yes, we can do that. We'd have to lose a land to do it or draw a land to do it, but we can generate another massive Pridemate this turn. Our next turn, I should say. Amulet comes down for our opponent. Our opponent can still attack even though we've Runed Halo'd the Primetime. So they can still get lands and generate a bunch of mana. Kabira Crossroads pushes them up in the life total. They need a creature to not die this turn, next turn though. They do have a creature to not die next turn. We'll cast the Pridemate. And we get a bunch of tokens and counters and all that fun stuff. And we still have infinite ways to not die here. Very happy with how this matchup has turned out. Still very salty about getting turn 2, so my head is going, they'll probably find a way to destroy everything. Clearly they have 2 white mana, so they'll just cast Wrath of God or something. Why would they have a Wrath of God in their sideboard? Because Magic is a cruel mistress. That's why. No, but the game seems very much in hand with the worship and the Runed Halo. We just have to be judicious about how we attack. We have so much life that it doesn't matter if they keep attacking with Primeval Titan. It really doesn't. We could block here in theory, but we're not going to. Because there's no value to be generated from losing the Ajani's Pridemate. They get the Gemstone Mine and the Simic Growth, and the Simic Growth Chamber. We're actually just going to blow it up for value before they get anything out of it. No, I don't really care. They can cast a massive Ballista, but a massive Ballista still doesn't kill us. Summoner's Pact. Reveals another primetime. I don't know why you don't get Ballista there. At least try to stay alive. Ballista can block Pridemate and ping everything. Because the Primetime can block one of the Pridemates, but the other one still gets in, and then you still die to in the air. Talaria West will then get the Ballista. Probably should have ghost corded the Talaria West at that point. There's the Ballista, which can be cast for 6. Which can be cast as a 1, 2. Which can be cast as a 4/4. And our opponent will gain 2 life. It's big Ballista. It is a big Ballista. And another Talaria West. For EE on 2. EE on 2 kills us. EE on 2 is very good. But they didn't cast the Ballista, so they... We might still lose this, yeah. So our opponent is showing 2 colors of mana, so they can only cast EE on 2. That would get our Ruined Halo and our Pridemates. And then our opponent can cast Ballista. Our opponent instead chooses to cast Ballista for 3 rather than the EE. So Ballista can take down the Spirit tokens, but not before it blocks. So we're going to force our opponent to take down the Spirit tokens now with the Ballista, and then we win. And they'll concede to that, so we get there. 3-2 with Soul Sisters. Very happy with how this league turned out. We will see you in the update, in the wrap-up video. Thanks for watching.